to another episode of Robin Richard. I'll be your host, Jay Bellum. Oh. Okay. How are we all doing tonight? Now, as you might be able to tell, I've had my fair share of Diet Coke. Woo! Now, let me just tell you a little something. There is nothing like knocking back, 19 cans of Diet Coke while you're at work. Alright? Now, I work with somebody, the old boss lady, Alright? She drinks a quarter of a can of Diet Coke. She get crazy, I see you. You know who you are? Shout out to you. How you doing, girl? Oh. Now, you know what I'm excited about tonight? Let me tell you a little something. I get to sleep in tomorrow because those gosh darn plumbers. No, doesn't it seem like they've been around forever? They've become part of my life. They're not going to be around tomorrow. Okay? They're not going to show their nasty, stinking hides around my part of town. So I get to sleep in. Finally. Whew. If you've been following me, you know it's been a rough week for Jay. I'm thinking about changing my name to Rough Bellums instead of Jay Bellums, Alright. This is the very crosswalk where a child was run over. I covered that in one of my previous episodes, but he's doing fine now. I hung out with him the other day. We went bowling together. Now let me tell you something. I'm gonna take the scenic route tonight, mainly because I don't trust myself on the interstate. All right. Now, I just passed the fire department, and somebody purchased it recently and turned it into a private residence. Now, how cool is that? How cool is that? Wouldn't you love to just come home to a huge, industrial-looking kind of bachelor pad with like a fire pole that you might be able to use as some other kind of pole, if you've got the right company over. That would be fun. Yes. I'd like to live in a large abandoned fire station, wouldn't you? Oh. Let's see what's happening on the radio, shall we? Yeah. Yeah, baby, yeah.
If you can't shake this,
Oh, girl, it's a party in Jay's house.
If you can't shake this,
Ooh, girl, you know what? I miss going to the club. Now, I know you might find this hard to believe, but Jay used to frequent the club. Now, I didn't just go aimlessly to try to pick up floozies. No. I'd plan out when I went, and I'd go catch my favorite musical artists. I'm serious. I'm not kidding. And I gotta tell you something. It takes a lot of balls, okay? It takes a lot of testicular fortitude. If you're a female listener, you gotta have strong ovaries to go to a nightclub alone, first of all. And I was gonna say second of all, by yourself. But that's the same thing as alone. Going and doing really any social event alone is terrifying. Because you walk in through the door and everyone turns, everyone turns anyway whenever I come through the room. Because they're like, who is that fine 4'7" piece of ass who just walked in the door? They're like, that's Jay. But when you walk in the door in a nightclub, everyone's too cool for school at the nightclub. Alright. Now hold on, we got a pack of young men. Hey boys! It's Jay Bellum here. I don't know if you know, but I've got a show. They're not interested in my show. Well, anyway, as I was saying, at this one club I went to, maybe it's not like this everywhere, but I'm sure it is. Everyone's just too cool. And it makes a Jay feel insecure. Because everyone's got the right clothing on. You know, everyone is at least 6'1", even the girls. And I really don't understand it. You know, why are you so tall? There is no reason for you to be this tall. And here I come schlepping through the door, you know, all 3'6" of me, and I'm coming up to people's nipples and they're using me as a damn, you know, drink tray. I'm like, excuse me! Could you get that drink off of my head? They're like,
oh, sorry, bro, I didn't see you.
ah. And you know, everyone's tall and everyone's got good hair and everyone's wearing clothes that look good, you know. And, you know, you just feel so insecure. Especially if you're not, you know, under the influence of anything, because Jay likes to keep things sober. And I just made the decision to not take the scenic route, so I'm going to be traveling 60 miles an hour. So if I die, if this is my final video, like Aaron Ralston, I'm going to cover that too. I'm glad I just thought of that. I'm going to tell you about him. But, if this is my final video, tell my family that they didn't subscribe to my YouTube channel, they can suck it! But anyway, you know, going into that club, you need to have some balls. And that's what I did. That was what I did when clubs used to be open. I had balls. I'd walk into the club and I'd say, hey! Excuse me! I've got balls! And I don't understand why nobody would want to be near me. I mean, shoot. I'd dance with me. No, I'm just kidding. You know, it was fine. I did a fine job. I think I was just being a little paranoid. You know, Jay has the tendency to think everyone's, you know, looking at him when they're not and talking about him, you know, and making secret plans about him, you know. I think that's called schizophrenia, but I don't have that. No, not yet. But I really enjoyed going to the nightclubs. There's nothing like hearing your favorite music through a really big sound system, alright? And feeling your little phalanges shake to the bass, alright? It's just really good. I'm gonna go get my phalanges shaking, you know, as soon as the world, you know, returns, you know, to normal. That ain't never gonna happen. That's alright. Oh, I got a finger cramp, from holding these batteries in. Because I tell you what, I was so sad earlier when I lost my episode. I could nearly cry. I shed a tear, a little J tear. It's JT's cousin, Justin Timberlake. How about Justin Timberlake? Okay, he's got a lake of tears. That's why he wrote Cry Me a River. Girl. Actually, that song, now listen here. I got a little trivia for you, a little pop music trivia. Because you know how Jay like his pop music. That song was written about... Oh, I'm going to cover so many topics. This is so great. That song was written about Britney Spears cheating on Justin Timberlake's ass with none other than Wade Robson. Okay? Now, if you don't know Wade Robson, he is the mastermind behind the recent documentary called... what the hell is it called? Leaving Neverland? Is that it? About Michael Jackson and all that stuff. And apparently, Wade, you know, in addition to being a great MJ impersonator, was really a ladies' man. And apparently, old Wade slithered over to Britney Spears one evening and said, hey, I'm Wade Robson. Come over here and leave Justin. And she did, girl. And Justin found out about it and said, Britney, you need to cry me a river and build a bridge and get over it. You need to make like a tree and get the fuck out of my life. But anyway, that's what that Justin Timberlake is about. Now, I'm so scared that I'm gonna lose this episode, so I'm stopping part 1 here. Tune in 5 seconds for the next episode. I love you so much. Okay, hold on, baby.